I am so impressed with this incredibly unique but also quality and detailed action figure. Let's open it up and of course do a bit of toy photography with this thing. So do you ever see like YouTube comments or anything like that of people saying, who asked for this? Nobody asked for this. Well, you know what? Sometimes people gotta put out stuff that people aren't asking for, because sometimes we don't know what we need until someone shows us what we need. And you know what? The people at Furay Planet and Maestro Union, that's what they're doing. They're giving us stuff we never knew we needed. Like Wang the Blade Master. Look at this guy. We have got a giant hulking bipedal white tiger with kung fu stuff and a sword and a hat, and this is just the coolest thing ever. I don't know if you've ever heard of Furay Planet before, but this is the kind of thing they do. They give us these fantastic, basically just anthropomorphized animals that are muscular and kick-ass. Like, I've got one of them over here, which is actually just like this crazy alligator crocker hunter guy. And so now I can accompany him with this fantastic white tiger dude, and there's a lot of them like this too. There's like a bunny guy and there's a wolf. So if you've never heard of these Furay Planet figures before, I hope today's a good day for you, because these things are just so incredibly cool and just wild, literally wild. So this figure was actually sent over to me from the wonderful people at CaucusToy.com. So if you've never heard of CaucusToy.com, this is definitely another new website to add to your list whenever you feel like scrolling and finding really great new action figures to buy. They really specialize in a couple things, specifically like Godzilla. Every Hiya Toys Godzilla you could ever hope for and more is on there. Joy Toy stuff and Transformers stuff 3.0, plus a ton of really great things that you might discover for the first time on there. So please make sure to go to the link I have in the description below. I've also got a discount code in there as well to use, so if you want to pick up this guy or any of the wonderful things on the website, thank you Caucus for sending this over to me. Okay, so we've got like a kung fu tiger, a couple of them. Honestly, the coolest thing next they gotta do is like a ninja frog. Like, that's the coolest possible animal combo, like right up their alley that I can think of. Maestro Union, Furay Toys, please give us a ninja frog. We need one, and I will be here for it. Thank you very much. Awesome. Okay, check out this big, beautiful kitty. I think I've actually figured out the one thing that can really decide whether or not you have a good action figure. It's quite obvious, actually. I don't know why I haven't been doing this the whole time, but if you've got an action figure that has interchangeable shoes or barefoot, then yeah, you've got a good action figure. It's that simple, everyone. We've got one of those right here. Look at these. He's got shoes. Okay, we'll get into that more into the accessory section, but it's just a beautiful, big, sculpted, painted piece of art. It's fantastic. Like, everything about this is just like, wow, look, there's so much to discover while looking at this. Like, it's just like, the more I look at him, the more I discover new things. Like, there's so much. Like, look at these cool little jade looking rings on his rope stuff here. Like, that is so cool. So much cool stuff about him. I don't even know what to Okay, so one thing that I'm not actually loving is this little cloak he's got on. It looks cool. It's got this like white and gray kind of gradient going on. There's fur up top here. It looks awesome, but it's very restricting. I feel like I can't do much until I really take it off. Anytime I try to like put his head down or something, it's just being put back up by this cloak thing. Ooh, this came off, but that goes right back in. Very interesting. I'm gonna try and take it off. Popping the head off is the easiest way to go. There we go. All right, will it pop back on easy? Let's listen. All right, that's a nice little snap. Okay, nice. Now here he is without his cloak. It's kind of funny now. He looks like it's kind of missing something, right? Man, this would be so much cooler if this was like a soft goods. Man, I'm sure that would have driven the price way up even more, but this would have been awesome if this was like a wired soft goods. Man, that would have been so cool. But hey, that's all right. And man, is this guy giving you Kung Fu Panda vibes or what? Because it totally is. What's the name of the, there's a tiger in Kung Fu Panda, right? I can't remember. I love those movies. Now without the cloak, you can get a better look at this absolutely crazy, beautiful waist stuff he's got going on here. Like, it's so cool. Like, he's got this, which I think this is his little smoke pipe that's on the box. So that's kind of neat. Kind of slip that right in there. And there's those little rings that I was talking about. Armor over here, these little metal things, and there's like coins on this armor over on this side, which is like a different kind of armor over here. Like, so cool. There's so much happening. This little like chest belly plate up here. There's ropes. What a cool figure. Like, this is just so much work and detail put into this thing. Incredible. Then over here on his wrists, he's got these like kung fu metal rings right here. These totally remind me of Shang-Chi, which honestly, that's the only time I've really been familiar with something like this, but it's really cool. I'm just so impressed with this guy. So incredibly impressed. Haven't even gotten to the accessories yet. Jeez. The detail on his face and on his chest and all of his fur and everything is just so cool. That there's texture all over it, and there's, you know, of course he's got these tiger stripes, and there's also just like subtle bit of weathering all over it that kind of makes it look slightly dirty, you know, like he's worn, you know, he's weathered. And the detail on his face is just totally ridiculous. So cool. What a fantastic figure this thing is. So cool. And he's got these very cat-like hind legs where you've got movement here, like that, as well as here, you know, like that double ankle. That's a nice little touch. Looks like a cat. It all works so well. It's able to hold up his weight quite nicely, you know, no problems with him standing up at all. Okay, remember how I was saying that something was feeling missing from him? It looks like it's kind of missing something, right?
See, I did say that.
Well, I guess that was kind of a valid statement because something was missing. Well, I guess it wasn't missing, but there's this extra little piece right here that goes around his neck. His neck was looking a little bit thin, so let's switch it. Okay, give her a quick pop like that. Put this like that. Cool, wow, that is a thick neck now. That looks so much better. I guess it does hinder articulation, not a whole lot, a little bit more. So if I ever really wanted to get some kind of really dynamic pose, I guess I could just take it off. And there we go. So we might as well get to the rest of the accessories now that we've already kind of opened up that door. And he's got some pretty great ones. First, he's got shoes. So if my man is kind of feeling like going out for a hike, he can put on his little boots right here. Okay, give him a quick tug. Ugh. All right, how does this get off? Ugh. Ah. Okay, when you change these, you gotta put a little bit of force into it because I had to pull it off camera and do it. Made it totally straight like this because it pops in easy like that, but that's clearly not in all the way. So you gotta kind of like do the push and twist like this, and then that slowly kind of gets it in more. So if you have this problem when you're changing them, try this method. And there he goes. He's got his nice little Nike kicks on now. Geez, these totally look like the same Nike high top sneakers that I have. But to be honest, I think I do like the way the feet look more. It kind of goes with the aesthetic a little more. These really do look like sneakers. He's got a little canteen over here, which is really cool. You can't really do a whole lot with this. I mean, actually, it looks like you can probably grip this. Yeah, there you go.
Would you like a drink?
If he's ever thirsty out on a toy photography shoot, he can have a little drink. And he does have an extra face, which is a much more calm face, which I think is pretty much needed here because he's got this very intense face right here. So he needs a nice calm face too. Can't always be angry. And of course he's got some hands. He's got a couple of fists here, which that's always nice. A couple of holding hands, which will be great for his swords we'll get into. Then he's got one totally flat open hand, and then one kind of like 2-finger hand, which probably works great with his little pipe. That technically is an accessory. It comes with him on like this, but I think that probably works well with the pipe. Ha, there, look at that. That actually looks really cool, and this is giving me great ideas for a toy photo. This looks really fun. So next we've got his hat, which is super incredibly cool. I love the way it looks. It's got a little piece broken there, just like that. And I suppose I can just kind of plop it on his head like that. And I mean, I love this so much, but it's so like, I mean, I guess I could aim it upwards, but it kind of covers up so much of his face that if I were to take a picture, I'm missing so much of the beautiful face sculpt. It's like when you hire a super expensive actor for a movie and then you put a helmet on their face or something, you know what I mean? Are you ready for the second unboxing of the video? But look at this incredible, beautiful case box thing to hold his swords. And look, I think you can pop this out and attach to his back somehow. I'm not really sure. Let's open this up. Oh, amazing. That is so cool. It's got like a fake kind of velvety looking thing here. This is just like plastic with a fake velvet on there. But these swords are awesome. I really love the paint on this. Not super bright silvery chrome look. It's more of like a dark gunmetal kind of silvery chrome, which I like that a lot. It makes it feel much more real. Got these rings over here, which remind me of that one Jet Li movie where he kind of gets the sword caught in the rings. Remember that? What movie was that? But it's beautiful. This is like one of the coolest swords I think I've ever opened up in a action figure ever. Like, this is really stinking cool. Okay, so have you ever like been playing a video game and you get over encumbered, so then you like equip all of your heaviest items like on the outside, so then it doesn't count towards your overall like carry weight, and so then you can walk around? That's what I have just done right here. I have equipped, oh no! Oh. I have equipped all of his items. All of them. And it looks kind of cool. Oh crap, no, I forgot his shoes. Dang it. I'm not gonna put them on right now. That's gonna take me forever. But I even put his thing on his back. And so getting this on like this was actually quite tricky. So what I had to do was I had to pop open the thing and take out the middle part, like the little velvet thing, pop that out with like a little knife or something just to make sure it came out. Maneuver it so it's sticking out, and then take his little cloak, pop that part out, which was also very hard to do. That was locked in there. And then that created a little hole for me to stick into his back, and then it all showed up on here like this. But he looks quite awesome with all of this stuff on there. Like, come on, like that's so cool. And I'm still so impressed with how top heavy he is and how easily he's still able to stand. So as far as articulation goes with this guy, don't expect any amazing Yamaguchis here going on, which is not a bad thing. He's beautiful, he's big and bulky, but you're not gonna, crazy Spider-Man poses are not the goal here, and that's totally fine. But the articulation still isn't bad for how giant and bulky he is. You've got more than a T pose, you've got a Y pose. As far as the head goes, you can move it around a whole lot more when this extra collar is not on, but you've got a little bit there. And as far as the waist goes, you can twist that all the way around. The legs aren't crazy either, but you can still get a little bit going on here, you know? There you go. All right, so we'll take it. Articulation, not half bad. So he's a pretty big guy. I thought we would compare him to some other things. This is him compared to the other Furay Planet. I think this is technically Maestro Union. This is him compared to a Mythic Legion's skeleton, right? Pretty big. This is him compared to a Marvel Legends Ahsoka. And here he is compared to a Hayatoi's Godzilla. I guess that's somewhat, I don't know, just to give you some reference. He is, let's see, like 9 inches. Yeah, he's about exactly 9 inches tall. Big boy. So, what are we giving this guy? Are we giving him a W, or are we giving him an L? Or are you gonna give him something in between and give him an M? He's, for every reason, a W. He's unique, incredibly unique. He's well made. The design and the sculpt and the paint is all just spot on. There's no imperfections that I could find. Everything is great. The only thing that I would have liked more is if he had more of a soft goods cloak or something. But yeah, what do you think? Are you kind of bored with him or what? Let me know in the comments. Give him a W or an L. I hope you give him a W. I mean, just look at this guy. So I don't know if you remember this video I did or not from the end of 2022, I think it was. But I did one with the Samurai Mandalorian figure and just did some really cool sunset, beautiful, I don't know, kinds of chill, relaxed shots, and I'm kind of thinking those exact same vibes with this guy. So I think I want to go and do something like that with him at my favorite spot at People's Island. So yeah, let's go. Come on, buddy, let's go. Okay, here I am at one of my favorite places at Peebles Island in Cohoes, New York. And I've got my little wang right there. Got this beautiful scenery over here. Camera is all set up, waiting for that sun to get behind that one lousy cloud. But what I've got lit and going here is a little bit of incense. I'm gonna try and create a practical pipe effect with this guy. I think that could be really cool if I get it to work right. The way I've actually got him set up is so he's gonna have plenty of light bouncing on him and on the smoke, because the light needs to capture through the smoke for it to show up. It needs to be diffused through the smoke for it to show up. If it's got a bright background, the smoke is gonna get washed out. So I've got him angled this way, so the background will be slightly dark, but the light will still be on him, so hopefully the smoke will still show up and everything. Hopefully it works out. It's actually a lot harder than I thought, and the wind is also a factor, but right now it's not so bad. It looks dark right now, but once this stupid cloud goes away, look at all that blue sky, one stupid cloud. Anyway, once the cloud goes away, it's gonna get much brighter. My shutter speed's actually at 3,200, which is very high. I'm hoping I can really capture that crisp smoke as it's moving quickly. I don't want any misty smoke, I want crisp smoke. So the faster my shutter speed, the faster I can capture stuff like that. And so also I've got my f-stop at 1.8. Love that. It's gonna make a really nice creamy blurry background. And my ISO is at 400 as always. So my plan, once this stuff happens up there, bounce some light around like this, just like that. Hopefully that will look cool. And then where's my incense? And then hopefully just kind of stick this right here and capture some of that smoke. And then I'll edit out, you know, the actual stick of incense later on. And that will be it. So what do you say? Let's go and do it. Looks like it's gonna go away anytime now, hopefully. So it took long enough for me to figure that out, and it took way longer, even more, for the stinking sun to come back out, but I'm really happy with how it came out. The smoke actually showed up in the photo, so it's pretty cool, and I'm very happy about that. So very happy with this figure as well. What a fantastic, unique, super cool figure. If you are interested in getting one of these guys for yourself, head to the link in the description I've got for calcustoy.com. They've got so much good stuff on there, including these guys, and I'm sure you'll have just as much of a blast with this as I as I did. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, all of that great stuff. The photo I just took is also going to be on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. All of that's linked in the description too if you want to follow my stuff over there as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.